What's up guys, my name's Ethan Liberty and I'm a variety Let's Player here on YouTube, but going into 2026, there's more that I want to do. And today in this video, I'm going to be sharing that with you guys. So if this is the first video of mine you've ever seen, don't click away because you're going to want to see what we're going to be getting up to on this channel. And if you've been watching me for quite some time, welcome back. I'm glad you followed me through to the new year. And let's just jump straight into it. First things first, I have the primary goal of uploading as much good content as I possibly can, both on this channel and on my other socials like Blue Sky, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, etc. I struggle a lot with consistency, and so I think if I am less hung up on I have to post, every other day or every single day, and I just instead focus on make as much as possible, but make sure it's all good, I think we'll be a little bit more successful. And if we're going to reach 1,000 subscribers before 2027, I'm going to need as much content on this channel and on my other socials as possible. We need all hands on deck for this one. So I guess the question you're probably wondering is, what is this guy going to upload? Well, gaming is still going to be the primary focus. Between my Let's Plays and my game review videos, that's going to be the bulk of what's on this channel and what's on my other socials. But that's not all that's going to be on either of those things, because there's two other categories of YouTube that I want to branch out into. Quite frankly, I'm really shocked that I haven't already branched out into this one, but I want to start making Dungeons and Dragons content. Specifically, I want to start reviewing the monsters in the 2024 Monster Manual. So here's what we're going to be doing. Every single Monday, I'm going to be posting a video where I go over one of the monsters in the Monster Manual. I will be reviewing the art, the lore, and the statistics, and talking about both how I would run it in my games as a Dungeon Master and how I would face it as a player playing in someone else's game. Then at the end, I'm going to place it somewhere on the Ethan Liberty monster tier list, ranked, highest being I absolutely love this monster and it will always show up in a game of mine, all the way down to I don't think this monster should be used in my games. Now there are hundreds, literal hundreds of monsters in that book and only 52 Mondays in the year. So I am going to be going through the book and pre-selecting the top 52 most interesting monsters, at least to me, keeping in mind that some of them I'm never going to use and others I absolutely love. And this is just A, so that we don't get decision paralysis, but also B, so that if we do end up just picking monsters at random, I don't accidentally get something like Rat or Commoner, which would be really, really boring. Therefore, on this channel, every Monday will be Monster Monday. And who knows, sometime during the year, I might also start talking about the classes, subclasses, lineages, feats, weapons, backgrounds, spells. There is so much to talk about in this game, but I'm going to start with the monsters because honestly, they're kind of the coolest thing in this game. Another one of the great passions of mine that's actually even older than D&D for me, because I started playing D&D in 2019, but I started this back in 2015, is weightlifting. I have a relatively athletic background, and honestly, to me, it's tragic that I've let myself get to the weight that I'm at. I noticed in a different recording, I'm getting a little bit of a double chin, and that's crazy to me. But then I think about the fact that I'm carrying an extra 70 to 80 pounds, and it makes a little bit more sense. So in 2026, I'm committing myself to returning to my roots as an athlete, and every single Friday, I'm going to be uploading a vlog where I talk about how the previous week went, my highs and lows of the week, and as a secondary focus, I will be slowly telling you guys what my exact routine is, the lifts I do, the weights I work at, and that sort of thing. Bear in mind, all of this is completely anecdotal, and I'm not going to be giving you guys any advice, except for advice that could apply to literally anyone. I'm a 6'4", 260 pound male, so there are things that work for me that's not going to work for other people, and there's stuff that works for other people that doesn't work for me. But this is a way that I'm going to be opening up being a little bit vulnerable with you guys and hopefully inspiring people to also become a little bit more physically fit and a little bit more physically active, because it's really, really worth it. Therefore, every Friday on this channel will become Fitness Friday, where those vlogs will be posted. Now, to answer the question ahead of time, no, I will not be sharing any type of progress pictures despite my taking them, because no one here needs to see me shirtless, so don't worry about seeing that. The last weekly thing that I plan on committing to is getting back into live streaming. Not on Twitch though. That very, very short chapter is officially done with. I will be live streaming weekly here on YouTube, and they're also going to be a little bit more vlog format. We'll be playing a game while we're live streaming, but this will be more so on just chatting with you guys and giving you guys updates on some of the stuff I'm working on, some of the stuff I'm excited about, and that sort of thing. Just kind of a cozy community live stream. I'm currently looking at it, planning on them being on Saturdays, but that may or may not change based on, simply what works best for me and what works best for the channel. But once I find a day, I'm going to try to stick to that as religiously as possible so that you guys know when to expect the live stream. And the final thing in general that I plan on really getting back into, I've mentioned them before, but in passing, are my game reviews. It is so sad to me that I made one game review in all of 2025, and I have like 6, almost 7 games that I've completed that need game reviews. So the month of January and February, I'm going to be working as hard as I can to catch up in the game reviews for the games I made in 2025, so I can start working on the game reviews for the games I'm making right now. And with that, we've reached the end. Monster Monday, Fitness Friday, live streams possibly every Saturday, the return of game review videos, the expansion of my content into other platforms and trying to be as consistent as possible on those platforms, and the continuation of my gaming Let's Plays. And I think 2026 is going to be a fantastic year for me, for the channel, and for you. I am really, really excited about a lot of the stuff that I have my iPad right here, and I've been jotting down so many notes and so many, video ideas and trying to get all that coordinated. I think this is going to be a really great year. I have the ambitious goal of reaching 1,000 subscribers before 2027, and I think we can do it. I think together we can really do this. And this isn't all about just me. This is a community. I want all of us to reach our goals. So if you have a goal for 2026, put it down in the comments. Let everyone know what your goal is. I'm putting forth mine so that you guys can hold me accountable. If I kind of start to disappear, I want you guys reaching out on my socials and saying, hey, let's get back to it. Come on, chop, chop. Let's make some stuff. Let's post some stuff. Let's have some fun here. That's pretty much all I got. So I'm going to let all of you guys get out of here. Have a fantastic New Year's Day, and I'm going to see you guys very soon. Have a good one, y'all.